Ijincho, Yokohama, a harbor town where rotting secrets rarely stay uncovered. The deceased was a student teacher who had vanished from a high school Yagami was investigating. Yet the linchpin to this case, a police officer named Ohara, was arrested for a different crime, a train groping that shocked the nation. Upon hearing the verdict, Ohara gave the court an ominous revelation, that the son he had lost was avenged.
So, Kapitel 2, Teufelskreis. Damit herzlich willkommen bei Gamer Team Drake. Es freut mich, dass ihr mit dabei seid. Ich freue mich hier, jeden Kommentar, jeden Like, jedes geteilten Inhalt, den ihr irgendwie weitergebt. Natürlich über jedes Abo. Schaut in die Playlist rein. Schön, dass ihr dabei seid.
He'd been stationed in Shinjuku and lived alone in Tokyo. That is, until his arrest.
Lived alone? Unmarried then?
His wife moved to Yokohama without him 7 years ago, when their son Toshiro started at Seiryo High. Toshiro-kun ended up taking his life in his 3rd year. That's 4 years ago, if you're counting.
And the couple never reconciled, huh?
Apparently his wife wanted nothing to do with him from that point on. That's it for personal details.
All right.
As for the charge, Ehara's maintained his innocence. We've had no luck getting him to budge. Mind you, the prosecution has plenty against him. Security camera surveillance, eyewitness footage, even trace evidence gathered on scene.
The same footage the media was plastering on TV?
Yes, although some of it was edited for privacy or length, but it painted a clear enough picture.
Hard to dispute something you can see right in front of you.
True.
And what about when they handed down the verdict? Ehara flew off the handle or something?
Yeah, that's one way of putting it.
Your Honor, in a warehouse, about 3 days ago, a body turned up in Yokohama. The body belongs to a guy named Hiro Mikoshiba. 4 years ago, this man took my son from me by driving him to commit suicide.
Ehara seemed convinced that Mikoshiba had bullied his son, and to get his justice, he even took Seiryo High to court. However, the court ruled against him, claiming there was no substantial evidence of bullying.
So, der Direktor sprach von einem Verfahren. Ehara war mit dem Urteil sicher nicht zufrieden.
I still need to dig into the court record of that case to see if there's anything of value.
Sounds like I'm on deck then. I've got someone involved in the case right in front of me.
Who?
Oh, der freut sich schon.
The chairman of Seiryo High himself.
Are you talking about me?
I don't know how you pull these things off, Yagami-san. But let me give you a word of caution.
I'm listening.
Mikoshiba's murder hasn't been made public yet, so please don't go around talking about it, especially at his school. The Kanagawa police will investigate the school soon enough, and if they find out everyone already knows...
They'd show us the door, lock it behind them, then probably charge us with obstruction.
Exactly. Oh, and before I send you Mikoshiba's photo, there's one last thing you should know.
What's that?
Ehara's ruling was the day before yesterday. That means we only have 13 more days to potentially file an appeal.
Stimmt. Wenn die Verteidigung nicht mit dem Urteil zufrieden ist, kann sie Berufung anlegen. Allerdings muss innerhalb von 2 Wochen nach dem Urteilsspruch Berufung eingelegt werden, sonst wird er umgesetzt.
If we don't make our move, Ehara will walk out of court with a sex offense charge and a minor slap on the wrist. And once his case is closed, it would take a miracle to get it reopened, even if there had been a critical oversight.
Right.
I'm sorry to give you a time limit instead of a viable solution.
Don't worry. I'll have to make do. For now, let's just keep in touch.
Thanks, and good luck.
Yo, what was that about?
Sorry. Give me one more sec.
Gut. Saori hat mir das Bild von Hiro Mikoshiba geschickt. Das ist der laut Ehara tot aufgefunden werden würde.
Actually, Kaito-san, can I fill you in later? I need to get some answers from the chairman.
So, dann auf Fallakte wurden neue Informationen hinzugefügt. Belästigung in der Shinjuku-Station, Beweise aktualisiert. Belästigung an der Shinjuku-Station, Personen von Interesse aktualisiert. Belästigung an der Shinjuku-Station, Fallzusammenfassung aktualisiert. Details. So, einmal kurz gucken. Stopp, zurück. Nochmal zurück. Kapitel 1. So, da haben wir nämlich einmal Toshira Ehara, Opfer, verstorben. Dann haben wir den Angeklagten Ehara, Hiro Mikoshiba, das war ja der Tote. Und einmal Yoko Sawa, unsere Lehrerin. Details haben wir erfahren. Teufelskreis. So, Menschen. Opfer, Täter. Beweise haben wir nichts. So, da können wir das mal genau nachlesen. So, dann haben wir einmal Yui Mamiyaya. Das ist quasi dann das Opfer von dem Grabstein der U-Bahn. Beweise ist dann das Überwachungsvideo. Der Untersuchungsbericht. Können wir daher reinzoomen. Ja, ein bisschen nur. Und die Details auch nochmal geschildert. So, Nebenfälle. Das sind jetzt quasi die, die wir kennengelernt haben. Genau, das war ja der mit der Sammelfigur. Okay. So, Rede mit dem Direktor. Können wir hier ein bisschen gucken noch? Können wir jetzt noch mit den anderen reden?
Gonna hog the teacher's attention for yourself, huh? Well, I want details later.
Okay, Yagami-san. Tsukumo and I will do some digging on the bullying front. I mean, no way you could say no to Sari-san, right?
I take it that call was the Genda Law Office? You seem popular as ever, Yagami-shi.
So, dann knüpfen wir uns mal den Direktor vor.
May I help you with something, Yagami-san?
Ja, ich denke schon.
You sure can. Only thing is, where to start?
So, ich darf nicht verraten, was mit Mikoshiba passiert ist. Aber wird wohl nicht schaden, einfache Fragen zu stellen.
Remember how you told me about a student teacher went missing?
Oh,
This is him, right? Hiro Mikoshiba.
how do you have that photo? But yes, that's him.
I'd like to ask a bit about him in relation to a separate investigation.
What is it you need to know? Did something happen to him?
I'm afraid I can't give you any details. This request comes from a very close colleague. I'm sure you understand. It's a matter of detective-client privilege. I know that isn't much consolation. But if it's any comfort, I would never disclose anything about your case either.
But don't you see? Mikoshiba-kun was officially reported missing.
Und da scheint es ja schon ziemlich genau irgendwie zu erahnen hier,
I
der
promise,
Direktor,
I'll
oder?
tell you everything I can when I can. But for now, let me ask the questions.
Very well. Go ahead.
Ja, bestimmt da
I'll
ganz
start with the
stecken.
basics. Mikoshiba-kun was a graduate here, correct? And that's why he came back to train as a teacher?
That's correct.
How long was he supposed to be here?
3 weeks originally. He'd nearly finished his time with us. But one day he simply stopped coming. It was as if all was well. Then suddenly, he was gone. Or at least that's how I'd heard it.
Were you two not that close?
No. We'd had barely exchanged a word since he arrived.
Das klingt nach etwas, was ein Direktor sagen würde. Er kümmert sich sicher nicht persönlich um die Referendare.
Wasn't there a pretty dark rumor about Mikoshiba-kun 4 years back? Something about how he drove a student to suicide?
You mean what was dredged up online? Yes, I'm aware of it. However, in the subsequent lawsuit, that rumor was put to rest. The court found no evidence of bullying.
But you had your doubts, didn't you? So you called on us to take a deeper look.
Well, yes, but let's not get confused. The tragedy from 4 years ago does weigh on us, but we've washed our hands of the matter.
Well, you say that, Yet I can't help circling back to the same question. Why would the head of a school hire detectives to monitor his students in secret? Potentially even out of pocket.
Well, for one thing, it would reflect poorly on our institution were I to openly suspect our students. Then there's the issue of bullying being recorded and shared online. You know what kind of firestorm that can cause. I should mention, I'm the one who takes the fall for it. My own privacy be damned. So of course I would opt for secrecy.
That's fair. But what that still doesn't answer is why this is happening now.
I'm not sure I follow.
So, irgendwas muss den Direktor dazu veranlasst haben, ausgerechnet jetzt etwas gegen das Mobbing zu unternehmen. Überwachungsvideo von der Shinjuku-Station. Videos, Überwachungskameras in der Shinjuku-Station. So, was hat den Direktor dazu veranlasst, ausgerechnet jetzt etwas gegen das Mobbing zu unternehmen? Also, ach so, wir können jetzt wählen zwischen dem Video und zwischen dem forensischen Untersuchungsbericht. Die an seinen Händen entdeckten Fasern stimmen mit denen der Unterwäsche des Opfers überein. Ja, das wird wahrscheinlich das Video wohl eher sein, ne? Dieses Beweisstück zeigen. Ah, doch, denke schon.
Could this be what riled you up?
But this is...
This is footage of Akihiro Ihara 2 months ago. Captured up in Tokyo.
Naja, der hat damals die Schule
The man was an
verklagt,
active
wenn ich
duty
das richtig
police
verstanden habe.
officer, so of course it made the rounds in the media. But you already knew all that. After all, he's the one who sued your school on account of what his son endured here. Bullying that led to suicide.
Well, that's undeniable.
And now that he's in the spotlight, any more problems at Serio would lead people to start connecting the dots. The police would dig up that suicide in no time, regardless of whatever the court had ruled. They might even reach the conclusion you had covered the whole thing up. I get the feeling that's why we're really here, to prevent another mess on your hands.
Oh, I see now. Our job's to sniff out any bullying, then you sweep it under the rug.
That's
Ja, das
simply
hat der
not
Lehrer ja
true.
auch gesagt, ne?
At least, that wasn't my intention.
You sure about that? The thought never even crossed your mind?
Perhaps it did. The scenario you described was painfully accurate.
Mhm.
Every time I saw Ihara-san on TV, I'd grow sick with worry that it could all boil over on us here at any moment.
I can assure you, Chairman, I'm not here to cause any trouble. I only want to learn about Mikoshiba-kun.
In that case, you should speak with Sawa-Sensei. She was his teaching mentor.
Her? Great. That's my luck.
See? I told you we should have stayed on her good side.
Haben wir
How
doch
was
gar
I
nicht. Was
supposed
gar
to
nicht, was
know?
denn damit hat.
So, would you like me to call her back here?
No
Können wir selber
thanks.
hingehen, oder?
I should go see her myself. Do a bit of smoothing over.
In that case, you may want to go downstairs and see if she's in the faculty room. She should still be on lunch.
Perfect. I've got another chance to shoot my
Ja,
shot.
doch nicht
Sorry,
wieder rein, oder?
Kaito-san, but I'm fielding this one alone.
Ja, also.
Tsukumo, you guys can clear out too.
What? You're benching all
Na,
of
die
us
wollten ja
just
eh,
like
glaube ich,
that?
weiter
I
ermitteln,
don't
ne? in dem
understand the
Fall. Haben sie
meaning
doch
of this,
gesagt.
Yagami-shi.
If I had time to explain, I would. Just trust me on this for now.
So, ein Stockwerk weiter runter. Okay, Okudo meinte, das Lehrerzimmer sei ein Stockwerk unter seinem Büro. So. So, was liegt hier Schönes rum? Abgenutzter Magnet. Alte Platine. So, Treppen runter. Ab in den zweiten Stock. Schmutziges Eisen. So, das ist also das Lehrerzimmer. Jetzt muss ich gucken hier. Das sind ja gar nicht so viele hier, wa? Das ist ja dann doch recht überschaubar.
I'm sorry. Did you need something, sir?
Ja.
Oh, is Sawa-Sensei here?
She should be back shortly. May I ask who's waiting for her?
Well, no one's special, really. I just need to have a quick word with her is all. Maybe you could tell me where her desk is?
It's right over there. The one with all the English books.
Thank you.
Ja, das sein kann, dass wir hier was untersuchen können. Lässt sie uns einfach hier so... Ich meine, wir sind wildfremde, dass sie einfach sagt, da ist der Schreibtisch, das ist ja auch krass. So, Schreibtisch. Hat sie ja gesagt. So, die hat Mikoshiba betreut. Vielleicht finde ich hier Hinweise auf ihn. Ach, siehst du, ich habe doch gerade den Fokus schon angemacht. So, drücken und halten, nachdenken. Auch sehr schlau. Okay.
Suspicious.
So, Fotos von Schülern. Aber das sind keine Uniformen von der Sairo. Moment. Ist das etwa Sawa-Sensei selbst? In ihrer Schulzeit. Vielleicht können die Schüler deswegen gut auf sie zugehen. Das Foto da hinten. Geht das Kind an diese Schule? Würde ich gerne überprüfen, aber man darf mich nicht erwischen.
Hey, suspicious.
So, die Anwesenheitsliste für Klasse 2.2. Da waren ja die ganzen Mobber drin. Stimmt, sie war ihre Klassenlehrerin. Finden wir noch was Schönes hier?
Suspicious.
Den würde ich wohl nicht anfassen können, solange hier noch andere Personen sind. Ich glaube, mehr ist dann hier nicht, ne? Okay. Na, da
What are
kommt
you
sie.
doing here? I thought you'd have gone by now.
Yes, well, I need to ask you a couple things.
Such as?
Such as how close you were to Hiro Mikoshiba.
What?
Oh, da werden aber alle gleich hellhörig, ne? Okay.
I heard from Chairman Okuda you were mentoring him as a teacher. I believe this was 2 months ago?
Ist vielleicht nicht der richtige Ort, mit dir zu sprechen, oder? Wenn alle
Why do
zuhören.
you of all people want to know?
Did you notice anything unusual before he disappeared? Any sign of trouble he might have had?
I can't say for sure. He just stopped showing up one day. Really, that's all I know.
Is that really all you can tell me? Nothing jogging the memory?
I said that's all.
So, jemanden mit kaum Anhaltspunkten zu befragen, ist nicht hilfreich. Probieren wir es mal anders.
You know what, let's start over. Why don't we talk about him as a student? You were already a teacher here by then, weren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Back when a student here committed suicide, there were rumors online about how it could have been caused by bullying. And Mikoshiba-kun's name came up as one of the potential bullies.
Yes, but those were just rumors.
So he wasn't involved in any teasing?
I teach English, and that's what I was focused on. So as far as I knew, Mikoshiba-kun was a good student with solid grades back
Ist
then.
er derjenige, der auf dem Foto ist,
During
auf dem
his time in
Bilderrand?
training, I was under the impression he got along with the students just fine.
He's not the type to bully then?
I would say no.
Then
Also
why would
quasi
those
der
rumors
Gemobbte?
exist in the first place?
You're asking the wrong person.
Da stimmt was nicht. Ihre Reaktion deckt sich nicht mit ihrer Reaktion auf Koda-Sans Mobbingfall.
4 years ago, the court determined this school was not responsible for a bullying-related suicide.
You mean Ahara-san's lawsuit? The father of the student who died and an officer in Tokyo? He was arrested the other day. Well, I'm sure you've seen the news.
Yes, but what of it? What exactly is the point you're trying to make here?
I believe Ahara-san still thinks his son killed himself because of Mikoshiba-kun.
Let me ask you something, Yagami-san.
By all means.
What are you trying to accomplish? Didn't you finish this whole business with the chairman? If that wasn't enough, you got security called on you. You clearly have zero regard for anyone
Tja,
here.
tschüss.
You should have had the sense to leave long before now.
Believe me, once I learn what I need about Mikoshiba-kun, I'm gone.
In that case, you've already got everything you need from me.
One last question. You and the chairman both mentioned how Mikoshiba-kun got along with the students here. Anyone in particular that he was close to?
The kids in the basketball club? Mikoshiba-kun was in that club back when he was a student. Apparently he was showing up to their practices.
The basketball club? That includes the gang from before, right?
Yes. They all spent quite a bit of time with him.
Mhm. Die schon wieder. Die sind irgendwie immer mit von der Partie.
Alright. With that, I'll get out of your hair. Appreciate your time, Matt. Sawa-Sensei.
Just a minute!
Ja, tschüss.
Kaito-san, you there? Tell me you're still on campus.
Why? You suddenly decide you need me after all?
Man, don't be like that.
You enjoy playing teacher's pet with Sawa-Sensei?
You mean, did I enjoy getting eviscerated by her? She hates my guts at this point. That aside, I did get some interesting intel. And that's where you come in.
Huh? What for?
I want to find those bullies in the basketball club. Think you can fly the pigeon for me?
So I do have a purpose. Ain't that something? Alright then. It's drone time.
Ah, die hatten wir schon einmal hier in einem der vorigen Videos einmal kurz ausprobiert, wo ich hier geguckt habe, was denn alles unser tolles Smartphone kann. Begib dich zur Turnhalle. Hallo. Turnhalle ist weiter unten, ne? Ja. Oh, fetter Trophäenschrank hier, ne? Guck mal, die unterhalten sich schon hier mit. Das ist für die Polizei hier. Irgendein Perversding hat sich rumgetrieben. Ach, die reden von mir. Hupsi. Okay. Scheint ja schon so ein bisschen rumzugehen, dass es definitiv mutige Mitschüler gab. Moment, mal kurz gucken hier. Da gibt es Happa. Was kann man denn hier Schönes einkaufen? Melonenbrot, Brötchen, nochmal Krokettenbrötchen und eine Milchpackung. Ach komm, Milch ist immer gut. Auf jeden Fall. Ja, bitte. Habe ich auch zu bedanken. So, Beifuß und noch ein Beifuß. Das Mädchen da, ist das nicht? Genau, das ist Koda-san. Sie war auch im Basketballclub. Vielleicht weiß sie was über Mikoshiba. Eigentlich ein Druckpass, ne?
Close one. Almost got it.
Huh?
You're Koda-san from class 2 too, right? Basketball too?
Yeah.
You have a second? I I have some questions about a student teacher who taught classes here named Mikoshiba.
Okay. Der scheint ein Aufschlusswert zu sein. Ja, die werden uns wahrscheinlich den Basketball gerade am Kopf geknallt haben.
Can you at least try to warn me a little sooner next time?
Why? You worried?
Hey! Why are you still here, asshole? Who the hell are you anyway?
Talking pretty big for taking a cheap shot while my back was turned.
You had it coming, shady old fuck!
Coda! Hey, you been spilling anything to this guy?
I didn't say anything.
I'll fill you in. I was asking her about Mikoshiba, a student teacher who disappeared from school not too long ago. You guys know him, right? The basketball club would.
Don't bother trying to talk to us like we're your fucking friends, asshole.
I wanna bash your fucking skull in. You'll die before I tell you shit.
Das
You
glaube ich
wiped the
nicht.
floor with us yesterday. Only fair for you to take a handicap.
I don't mind at all. Sure. All good.
Gegner entwaffnen, alles klar?
But it's still gonna be pretty one-sided.
You're so full of shit. I'm gonna kick your ass!
Einsatz der Schlange. Der Schlangenstil arbeitet mit wendigen Fließentreffern und Gegenangriffen. Eignet sich besonders gut bei bewaffneten Gegnern. Parieren ist L1. Entwaffnen. Das hatten wir doch schon alles gehabt, oder nicht, ne? Ich glaube schon. So, jugendliche Delinquenten. Ja, das ging immer fix.
You've got a lot of guts for your age, kid. But come on. You really need a better outlet for all that aggression.
Let me go!
Just what on earth is going on in here?
Oh.
Hey,
Jetzt haben noch die Schüler verprügelt.
let's roll out.
Ah, ich glaube, die findet uns immer
I'm gonna do
uncooler.
you a favor here and leave out the part about the bats.
Are you even listening?
Yes, ma'am. We were just horsing around a bit. Right?
Just horsing around is right.
You really are unbelievable. Why are you attacking defenseless students on their school property? How many times must I tell you to leave our school alone?
Die
For
ist
what
auch
it's worth, the
aggressiv.
chairman asked me to be here.
Oh, good. Let's drag him into this. How should our chairman explain you to the mob of irate parents that will be at his door any second now? Don't worry, there's a very good reason we hired these ragtag detectives to spy on and beat up your kids.
Oh, die ist schwierig.
Not the words I'd use.
If I hear anything else about you, anything, I'm going straight to the press. I'm under no obligation to cover for anyone.
Aber richtig ehrlich bist du zu uns
and
auch
your
nicht.
attire is atrocious. When you show up at a school, at least try to look the part. Now go home.
Lassen wir jetzt echt so abdüsen?
You hear all that, Kaito-san? I have a funny feeling I'm not wanted here. Can I talk to the chairman real quick?
Nun, Yagami-san, ich musste Sawa-Sensei zustimmen. Ich halte es für das Beste, wenn Sie jetzt gehen. Schließlich haben Sie meinen Auftrag erfüllt, größtenteils. Sagen Sie, Herr Direktor, wie wäre es damit? Sie stellen mich als Lehrer an. Dann kann mich doch ohne Probleme auf dem Schulgelände aufhalten, oder nicht? Leider brauchen Lehrer eine Lizenz. Die haben Sie nicht zufällig. Nö. Eine Anwaltszulassung reicht wahrscheinlich nicht. Sie sind Anwalt? Nun ja, das ist zwar ansehnlich, aber leider keine Unterrichtslizenz. Dann lassen Sie sich was einfallen. Ich fürchte, mir fällt nichts an. Wobei, Sie könnten vielleicht ein externer Mitarbeiter sein, ein Betreuer. Ja, für einen der außerschulischen Clubs. Gibt es vielleicht einen Kung-Fu-Club? Das kann ich ziemlich gut. Nee, sowas haben wir nicht. Ich glaube auch, dass alle Clubs mit Betreuern versorgt sind, also verstehe. Hey, Kaito hier. Wir hauen dann bald ab. Bringt ja nichts, wenn wir alle einfach nur rumsitzen. Vielleicht kommst du endlich mal zurück. Ich muss der Ori-san irgendwas präsentieren können. Okay. Wie du meinst, dann bis irgendwann. So, der Direktor will uns eigentlich also auch loswerden jetzt, ne? Ich brauche Zeit, um mich nach Mikoshiba zu erkundigen. Ich muss irgendwie auf dem Schulgelände bleiben. Vielleicht sind irgendwelche Stellen hier frei. Da war doch eine Rezeption in der Nähe des Schuleingangs.